About a week ago, I was scrolling on Amazon Prime looking for a Christmas movie to watch. And then I proceeded to watch the worst movie ever released. It's called Saving Christmas, and it's made by the actor Kirk Cameron, who you may know from the sitcom Growing Pains. Well, apparently after doing that, he became a religious activist, and one way of fulfilling that duty was making this movie. By the way, the poster does not represent the movie in the slightest. He does not do that shit in the movie. Anyway, enough talking, let's just get to the movie. It starts off with an intro of Kirk Cameron speaking to the audience.
Welcome everyone. I am so glad you're here.
For some reason, my man, you're not a YouTuber, let's just get to the movie. Basically, he's just listing reasons why he loves Christmas.
I love everything about it. I love the music, I love the carols and the hymns, I love all the kids.
By the way, if you have to have an intro before the movie to describe the points your movie is trying to make, it makes me think that you don't have that much confidence in your movie being able to portray the points that you want it to portray. That's like if at the start of The Godfather they were like, "Greetings everybody, I love themes like family, power, and loyalty. And those are the themes I want you to look out for while the movie's going." Or something like that. I've actually never watched The Godfather. Clearly, Kirk Cameron hasn't heard of the fabled show don't tell rule in movies where you show and don't tell, because he did the exact opposite. He told, and in fact, he didn't show at all. The movie hasn't even started.
And I love hot chocolate.
Then after saying all the things he loves about Christmas, he starts getting a little political about Christmas.
But have you noticed, there's some people who would love to put a big wet blanket on all of this.
And he's like, everybody's trying to stop the celebration of Christmas.
You know, what are they going to do next? Tell us hot chocolate's bad for us? The Druids invented it?
So now I'm gonna have to Kirk Cameron save Christmas. And then after that the movie starts.
I love all the kids.
And right away I'm confused as hell. This movie begins all gritty and serious.
He's here, sir.
Then Kirk Cameron goes on a long ass narration about stories.
Stories are tricky things, especially the ones that we've heard lots of times.
And then it cuts to a guy opening a door.
And how we enter this story matters.
And then another intro. Which is a direct 180 in tone shift. It goes from
"Grab my coat"
to holy shit, this movie is bad. This is the first scene right after the intro.
Hey everybody, that's me, enjoying the party.
No shit, it's you. You just talked to us for 4 minutes straight before the movie started. And then right after, he introduces his sister in the same way.
And that's my sister. She's throwing the party. No one loves a Christmas party more than her.
You know how I mentioned the show don't tell rule earlier? For young people trying to make movies, this is exactly what not to do. You know how easy it would have been to just add a scene of his sister going up to his brother and saying, "Thanks for coming to the party," and then the brother can be like, "Thanks, sis." Boom, that would have described everything you just said, and you wouldn't have had to use crappy freeze frame.
Hey everybody.
So right now, Big Kirko is talking to his sister, and he finds out that her husband doesn't really like Christmas.
Oh, he's fine, really. He's just not into Christmas this year, that's all.
That sounds exactly like the type of person you warned me against in the intro, Kirk. I think that guy needs his Christmas saved. Also, throughout the scene, the camera is so shaky. Give the poor man a tripod. He clearly needs it. And then again, Kirk goes into another narration about stories.
Remember how I said earlier that you and I are in the middle of a story?
And he even says this.
Even Uncle Scrooge has a story.
What do you mean, even Uncle Scrooge? No duh, he has a story. It's called A Christmas Carol, and literally everybody's heard of it. He's only like the main character of the thing. And then we meet Christian, which is the sister's husband, and he doesn't like Christmas. Oh wait, I think he's literally insane. I can't even blame him for hating Christmas if that's what he sees every year. Saving Christmas? More like saving Christian from the horrors of his own mind. Here we meet Christian's friend DeAndre.
What's up, DeAndre? How you been?
And he just starts yapping about how the corporation he works at took away Crazy Shirt Friday.
No more Crazy Shirt Fridays.
From who?
He talks so much that the movie just puts music over him talking.
Gave me for Christmas? What am I gonna do with those?
I'm not joking. And it still goes on for 20 more seconds after that. And Christian has the same what the fuck look on his face throughout the whole time. And then after DeAndre leaves, Kirk tries to go talk some Christmas spirit into Christian.
Christian!
But uh-oh, Christian's gone. Where could he be?
Not here.
Oh, it's okay. He's just sitting in his car outside of the house. Kirk, being the good friend he is, asks Christian what's wrong.
You okay?
Which prompts Christian to go 4 minutes straight of just pure complaining.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna open those presents. The nieces and nephews gonna get all excited.
Oh, they're gonna tear through.
It's like 3 weeks from now. No one's gonna be playing
Big
winter.
Christmas
That
tree
money's
just
spent.
all over baby.
Trauma dump? His complaints first are about normal Christmas things that some people could complain about. And then they just get more and more nonsensical. Like snow globes, man. Who has a problem with snow globes? And the funny thing is, right after Kirk says,
I hear you. I get it.
My man.
he goes, but you're all wrong about everything.
You're all wrong.
Okay, I hear you, man. You're an idiot. You're all wrong. And then he just rips into him.
Guess what? Everything you see inside there, it's all about Christmas. It's all about Jesus. And you're spoiling the whole thing.
Right about here is where the religious activist comes out of Kirk. Because before you know it, he's going on a long tangent about the birth of Jesus. And the beginning of it is just really dark.
You need to think of Herod's soldiers moving through the streets, finding babies and murdering them. And mothers weeping for their children.
But other than that, it's just a lot of religious jargon that I would not know.
Did you ever wonder why the wise men brought frankincense and myrrh at Jesus' birth?
No, can't say I have. Right around this part of the movie, I decided to check what the Amazon trivia section had to say about this movie. And it's all just roasting this movie. Most of Kirk's explanations regarding the origins of various traditional Christmas being originally Christ-centered are historically incorrect. Most of the Christmas traditions were borrowed from other religions and other regions as a way to easily bridge the gap during the first missionary reaches to lands who followed various winter worship rites. Now, I don't really know what that means, but it says that Christian is wrong about a lot of stuff. VeggieTales creator Phil Vischer was asked to submit an opening segment to this film, but declined, revealing mistake. During Kirk Cameron's opening monologue, his cup, which is supposed to be full of hot chocolate, is obviously empty. Uh-oh, Kirk, we caught you there. And then this one just says, widely considered to be one of the worst films ever made. So I guess my title does make sense. Anyway, it cuts back to the party and it's my man DeAndre, and he's talking to another man. And this guy also clearly has nothing in his cup. This guy is supposed to be some kind of conspiracy theorist, and he's complaining about how it's a
War on Christmas.
because we have to say happy holidays at work.
They're already taking away our freedom of speech. I can't say Merry Christmas at work no more. I have to say Happy Holidays.
Well, that is, for a few seconds he argues that, and then he just starts rambling about God knows what.
I'm saying that's gotta cause at least Asperger's. Speaking of burgers, you probably ain't even had one in years. That ain't no ground beef, homie. That's pink slime. I seen it on YouTube. Look it up.
Also, he puts his mug over his mouth because in the movie he's scared of people hearing what he's saying. But watching the movie, you can clearly just see that it's completely voiceover.
Eat, homie. Delicious and exotic. Come on, you got the chemtrail.
So I'm assuming he just didn't remember his lines. So he covered his mouth so he could add it in post. And then the scene ends where the bald guy says to the bald guy,
So you know what we gotta do, right? The only thing we can do.
and as a matter of fact, I have no idea what they have to do because I have no idea what he was talking about.
Harp trying to control the weather with the womp, womp, womp sounds. And GMO.
And spoiler alert, I don't think he was talking about anything because the side plot is never brought up again in the movie. So we'll never know truly what they had to do or why they were even in the movie in the first place, except for maybe adding a little more diversity. And then it cuts back to Christian and he's complaining about
Christmas trees.
and bro's just talking nonsense.
It was the winter solstice. Newsflash, it's December.
You can't tell me that an actual point this movie is trying to make is that people don't like Christmas trees. It's like one of the least controversial parts of Christmas. It's just a big old tree in a living room. You don't even have to decorate it or anything. What's the tree done to hurt anybody? And if I'm wrong about Christmas trees being controversial, don't even try to correct me, because it will hurt my feelings. And of course this leads to another monologue about why trees are in the Bible.
Let's talk about that evergreen tree in your house. You're anxious because you can't find it in the Bible.
Yeah, except that's never been the case for anyone ever. The whole segment is really boring, but there's this one scene where it shows Adam, and he's looking at this apple. The forbidden one, as a matter of fact. And it kind of looks silly.
Could put the fruit back on the tree would be
You know it's true love if someone looks at you the way this guy looks at that apple. The segment ends and Christian's all dumbfounded about Kirk's amazing knowledge.
That's pretty cool.
And then 2 seconds later, he starts complaining again.
Okay,
No, hold on.
Hold on. Just think about it.
This time about Santa not being in the Bible.
Rearrange the letters. Satan. Santa, Satan. Same letters.
Please stop doing this, Christian. You're giving Kirk perfect segues to go on religious yap attacks. Actually, never mind, because this time it's Christian who will not shut up.
No, they're saying, I'm so excited to get my picture taken with Santa Claus. Oh, you're gonna make me presents.
He is rambling over and over.
And guess what? Santa got in the car, kicked Jesus out, and was like, rolling.
And this time, it looks like Kirk is even fed up about it. If I was Kirk, I would just... So Christian is definitely having a mental breakdown.
I'm looking at it. I see him. Hold on. I see his face. Oh, I see his face.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more wrong with him than just not liking Christmas. And eventually we do get to Kirk talking about Santa and the Bible. But this time, it's a whole lot cooler because Santa's beating the shit out of people with dubstep playing. And the part ends with Santa doing his best Jack Nicholson impression. Okay, weirdly unnerving from Santa.
Come on, let's go bless some kids tonight.
And it overstays its welcome just a bit.
So, Christian, the guy you think is distracting everyone's attention from the birth of the Christ child is actually...
And of course, Christian is dumbfounded by this revelation.
Santa is the man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, I said that. So now Christian, after being enlightened by Kirk's heavenly stories, came to a revelation that he's been a jerk this entire Christmas story.
I'm that guy in the story. I'm the jerk.
And he doesn't want to go back in the party out of guilt.
Oh, dude, I'm staying in this car all night. Go back in, say like, Christian got a rash or something like like.
But Jesus Kirko, he has another plan. He tells Christian, you need to be the guy who walks back into your house, walks to your wife, and tells her, I was wrong. I blew it. And after a few words of encouragement, Christian's ready.
Go, bro.
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy.
You can do it. Go, Christian. Go.
Looks like somebody's having a moment.
And then Christian does this. Yeah, no, I think Christian might still need help mentally. He needs a lot more than Jesus in his life, guys, am I right? And then he jumps on top of Santa, and for some reason, everybody wants to take pictures with him. Even me. The next 5 minutes is Christian. He's looking at all the decorations in his house, except they all have new meaning to him now, because he's been enlightened by Jesus Kirk. Except the funny part is, it keeps cutting to his wife, and his wife's not like proud of him or anything, she's just confused as hell. And then he goes up to his wife and says,
Christmas, I want to give you something I've been wanting to give you for a long time.
What do you got in mind, Big Papa?
okay. But plot twist, he's not giving her his dick.
I went ahead and just organized a hip-hop dance crew that encompasses all the joy and gospel burst and excitement that I alone as one man just cannot express.
He's doing this.
Angels we have burned on high, sweetly singing o'er the...
Let's go! This is hype as hell. White boy Christian got some moves. Now that's what Christmas is all about.
Well, that's why I show up for these parties.
Me too, man. And then they have dinner, and then the movie ends. And of course, couldn't have end credits without bloopers.
Hey, Christian, how you doing, man?
How you doing, DeAndre? How you been? Bring it back, there we go.
Amazing. So that was the worst Christmas movie I believe to ever exist. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'm Jeffery Phillips. You're someone else. Like and subscribe. Please, please, I'm begging.